What up, everybody? Welcome back to another video at the Sim and Sing channel.
Hello.
How you doing? Good. Before we start, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Come on, you guys gotta keep at it. I know we're over 1,000, but our year goal here is what?
And what is the goal?
Q1 is 10,000.
10,000. Yeah.
So if you guys can help us there,
Yes.
it'd be nice and appreciated. So it's gonna come up here, and I know it didn't come up in the yesterday's video.
That's
told Matt.
your fault. You did it.
We said it at the end, and it should have came up. But it's okay. You guys should know by now.
Yeah.
Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and we'll go on to the video.
And good comments on yesterday's video. Very good.
Yeah, it was as expected. I knew, and the angle that everybody takes it. It's, I hate to say this.
The Indian guy.
Everybody.
It's
Have you noticed? You can notice the difference when, you can tell when the video has nothing to do with religion. Nothing.
but it goes
Okay?
there.
But then there's a certain group of people, and I said it yesterday, the extremists that come on our videos, and they're like, oh, just because you're Khalistani, this is why you're...
What did they
wrong."
say? There was one comment about us, me and you. I don't know. I forget what it was. It wasn't about the accents. It was about something else.
There are so many of them.
Yeah, there was a bunch of them.
I don't understand why. Is it just easier for them to defend themselves and turn everything into religion?
I don't know. It's mostly Indian. It's
all Hindu people saying we're Khalistani. Also, for the point that if anybody doesn't realize, and if you haven't watched yesterday's video, watch yesterday's video, you'll see what we mean. Jagmeet was born in Canada. And our whole point was, why are people that are not born in Canada being able to run for prime minister?
Right.
Jagmeet was born in Canada, you idiots.
Yeah.
So
and he speaks fluent French.
and he speaks fluent French, and he speaks fluent English.
Yeah.
Right?
And he doesn't have an accent.
It has nothing to do with religion. And I don't know why you guys keep taking it to religion. Maybe that's your only source.
We can take it there too.
We can take it there too. No problem. Yeah. And we even said it. We don't support I wouldn't want
Speak for yourself. I am a staunch Singh supporter.
Anyway,
Always will be.
because of that little rant right there, we're going to take it back to our favorite person last week, Aiza
off TikTok.
off TikTok, who is South Asian.
We're not going to talk about the makeup. I will not mention one thing about her makeup or how much she has on or doesn't have on.
But we thought we'd do another part just because it's a little interesting. We have some thoughts on what to say, and we're also South Asian, but we're men.
Yeah.
So you get our perspective on it. Let's get into it. This is part 2 of her video. I know we didn't do it. It's just the English version of part 1.
Yeah.
That's why. So we're just going to skip to part 3.
I love the South Asian culture, but do you know anything about the South Asian community? If not, stop being so ignorant and learn a thing or two. Let's go. I'm going to start with talking about the girls first. There's a very toxic habit of going to other people's wedding dressed like the bride. The bride has her one day, but you want to take over because you're insecure. Don't go like this. Stop it.
Stop it.
I don't think it's insecurity. I think Indian girls just dress up a lot.
Yeah.
But then they don't think okay, it's like somebody else's wedding. I should pump the brakes on.
Were we having a conversation, like a friend of yours or something that this happened to? Or
No, I don't think so.
I was having a conversation with somebody about this because they were like, why do the girls who aren't the ones getting married dress to the nines?
Because they want to get married, but maybe they don't have a guy or it's not happening for them.
Because it's a challenge finding their outfits. It's not just one outfit, and it's not the wedding outfit.
There's tons of them.
There's so many different ceremonies that happen.
Right.
They need new outfits for every one.
Yeah, but I've been to some, and I'm just some of these dresses are just the crazy dream. Very extreme.
Very extreme. Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if they look good. There's just and then I mean, back to the whole even their makeup is more than the wedding girls. Didn't want to go there. You dragged me to that one.
It's not my fault. Okay, so I think it's good because in white weddings it's a little different, right? Because the bride is the deal, right?
She's the center of attention.
And I think that still happens in Indian weddings as well. The bride is the bride, right? But everybody around, because the dressing, the Indian dresses are already so out there.
They're very extravagant.
They're very extravagant, right? And so you also got to stand out. And so I don't know how much of that kind of takes over, but you guys can let us know in the comments. right?
Yeah.
Next one.
Yeah.
Term to be used for the girl that you just saw before would be pick me. I know you guys think I'm joking, but I'm not. These girls, these pick me's, will pull out their wedding outfits, get them altered to wear to their sister-in-law's wedding. I can't. What I'd like to say to you girls is you get so triggered by all these things that women say to you, right? But then, like, what about you being the change? You're still talking about other people. You're still talking about what the other girl is doing or who she's dating, and you're going and you're gossiping. Sometimes also spreading rumors. You don't want to be that auntie, but you act like her. Make it make sense, baby. You want to change the toxic patterns, but you're also toxic AF. Some other things our community loves to discuss very openly is your color, the color of your skin, if your hair is thinning, what you're wearing, if it's appropriate, if it's inappropriate, if you've gained weight, if you've lost weight, everything. They will make sure that if you feel good, by the end of the conversation, you feel like shit. It's almost like they...
But yeah, but a fair point on that is like your color. Like, look at how much
Makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But I mean, she makes a valid point. But like, look at how much.
Okay, but when you go to
also wearing.
Okay, when you go to an Indian wedding,
Right.
What's the first, like, let's say an auntie, a typical auntie comes up to you.
Right.
What's the first thing that she asks you?
It's usually about the why aren't you married or when are you getting married?
Then that's a typical first question that I always get asked too.
Yeah.
It's like, why aren't you married? When are you getting married?
So what do you think?
Right? It's coming. Like, I got goals.
I had to start saying mind your own business. Like literally.
Really?
Oh yeah. I had to be like it got so bad.
Yeah. They didn't feel offended?
No, they're so oblivious to that. Like the fact that I was getting like maybe not like in one day if you get asked like 5-6 times at maybe a couple of back-to-back events all day, you're getting asked that over and over again. Yeah, at some point you get a little irritated and you're like, okay, like anything else we can talk about here? And then it's like, but they still don't take offense to it. They're like, oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
They'll kind of just like brush it off. And I'm just like, no, it's real.
I had an auntie come up to me and she's like, you gained weight. And I'm like, thanks. Like, way to like hit my ego a little bit. Because like I just got out of the army and everything, right? And she's like, you gained weight. And after that, it's just like,
it like
you,
stuck
how
in
the
your
shit,
head.
yeah.
It's just like it's like
you go into this
festers in your
conversation,
mind. Yeah,
you go into this conversation to be like, and I'm looking at the auntie and she's like, she's bloated herself. I'm not gonna be rude about it, right? And she has like a plate of like butter chicken and everything on her plate, and I'm looking at it. And I'm not gonna say anything, but it turns the conversation from being like you're happy, all good, and then it's in your head that, oh man, this auntie's just
the worst is when they comment on your weight and then it's like they're the most unhealthy, out of shape people.
Yeah.
I mean, anyways, that's a different conversation.
Agenda with like, this is where I start and this is where I end. Our community feels no shame in asking very vulgar questions. When are you having a baby? Are you having trouble having a baby? How much is your house? How much is your mortgage? Is your husband happy with you?
I've asked somebody how much their mortgage was.
Yeah?
I did.
Some auntie?
But it was a joke though. It wasn't like serious. No, it wasn't an auntie.
No, but it's a different relationship when it's like with a friend or somebody.
Yeah.
Right? But when it's like...
Oh, somebody that I
outside
just
relative?
literally met. I was like, how much is your mortgage? That was going back.
What was the response?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, they
I actually asked the question because I wanted to just see, why, like, if somebody just said, oh, how much is your mortgage? Me, I'm like, oh, it's $4,000.
Yeah.
It's not something that's so personal to me.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to just kind of just see what the response would be.
Yeah.
I asked weird questions. It's just weird. But anyways.
Okay, but like getting asked vulgar questions, like if you're with your partner.
I think that's really vulgar. People just want to know. Like, it's exciting to have a kid. Like, not everything that she's saying is like legit. Like, somebody comes to you and you're married. Oh, when are you gonna have it? Are you guys planning on like having a kid?
But isn't that
like,
a personal? But isn't that
not
personal
really,
between
man?
you and your missus, and like you don't want to discuss those things.
You don't have to discuss it. You can just be like, oh, like soon.
Yeah.
It's not not everything is like an insult or like take it like, personally and you get all like, like ruffled up over it. Just, okay, whatever. Like old Indian people just like to ask those questions. Like, what else are they going to talk to you?
Yeah, I guess they're more excited about it for you too. They come out, I think they come out of it asking about it in a positive way where they're excited for you. Right? And they don't mean bad towards it.
And Indian guys will never ask that. It's always the female
ladies, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've recently been asked it, but yeah, it's been a while.
Husband happy with you? Do you cook for him? Do you clean the house? How do you manage jobs? Everything. They want to know it all. They want to be all up in your business. Now let's move on to this topic that was highly requested. Mother-in-laws are sometimes actually in love with their sons. Like, no, not just mom-son love, no. It's like, why did you get married? You got married and now your wife is my competition type of love. It's creepy AF. I don't know. They make the wife do everything. They want the wife to cook, clean, make them chai, do everything. Then they want the son to like come and chill with them. Like, what? I'm so confused. Other topics that
What is that? Like mother-in-laws being in love with their son-in-law?
No, with their sons.
Okay.
Like, your mom would be in love with you, and if you got married,
Yeah.
because the balance between like finding that balance between like whose side, and you shouldn't have to choose sides.
No, but Indian guys always choose their
Moms.
like mom's side.
Yeah.
Like to a fault.
Yeah,
And that's like horrible.
yeah.
I don't think they should do that.
I think it's all situational, right?
Yeah. But I don't know. Because Indian women are just, it's like a different level, man. Like dealing with that. Imagine dealing with like the tug of war between like your wife and your
mom.
and your mom. If they both have that type of like demeanor,
Yeah, yeah.
it's rough.
Where the control is there, right?
Yeah.
Because again, we grow up with our moms, right? And then they can't let go of that control.
Yeah. But there's also no boundaries.
Yeah.
So
There is no
boundaries is a
boundaries,
big
yeah.
thing. But Indian guys also have to kind of like man up a little bit and not be so, what do you call it? Simps?
Simps.
Yeah. They're big time simps.
Yeah, I think you can man up about such situations against your parents sometimes, because they might just not know the right or wrong.
Right.
And they might not see it, especially with like generationally, you like learn new things, right? But if they come from India or they're here, I'm just talking about from the immigration point of view, right?
Yeah.
If they're new immigrants that don't understand that balance between like how a partner and how you're supposed to be, if you
Right.
if you live together in one family or household, how that balance between the privacy between your partner and your mom.
I think that's just tough though. Like when you're all living in like under the same roof.
Yeah.
I don't think the new way to do it is that way. I think it's very difficult. And I think more and more Indian girls now do not want to stay with their in-laws.
They don't.
No, it's like, see you later.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that shit. I have friends that their wives have been like, when are we going on our own?
Yeah.
And I totally see it. Unless you have like, I'm not sure that well off where you have like a parent suite detached from your own house, which not many people do.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just very, like that's that's very old school way to like be like you're all living under the same roof.
Yeah, I don't.
How it is these days. People just are so obsessed with their the privacy, but the guy has to take care of his parents.
That's true.
Right? And the girl leaves, and then that's it. Her parents are kind of on their own. But the guy has to still take care of his parents, especially if he's the oldest one.
If the oldest, right? So me, I'm in that situation where I'm the oldest.
So would your parents be living with you?
Well, we have like, again, our parents have had a conversation where if our partner, again, I'm the oldest of the family, so I'm gonna take care of my parents, right? But we also want to be able to have our personal space, so we're gonna have our own house, but in the vicinity of where we have access to each other's places, right? That way we can, check up on each other or whatever.
Because Indian people don't put their parents in like
homes. No, I would.
That's also a big thing. It's
that's
like
a-
no, it's like
I think we got to do a separate.
that's like that's like a big thing.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't put my parents.
You can't.
But also if you have siblings, that helps.
Yeah.
Everybody can kind of pitch in and kind of figure out how that's going to be, right?
Yeah.
Especially as they're getting older. Yeah. But that's a good conversation.
Yeah. And I think like having healthy relationships between your partner and your parents, right, your in-laws, because a lot of times, a lot of these divorces that are happening nowadays kind of initiate from the parents being involved. It has nothing to do with the partner, but it's most of these, like, it starts with the parents being involved too much into the relationship.
But it could even be like I've even heard where like the girl is like always FaceTiming with her parents, like continuously throughout the whole day, just on the phone.
Yeah.
And that also creates like lots of issues. Because this is more like an Indian thing, though. It's not girls that are born here. They wouldn't go on their phone with their parents all day long. It's like a very like from India type situation where they just can't stop FaceTiming with their mom.
Yeah, but the distance, right? Because is the mom back?
Yeah, but not all day long.
All day
I'm talking
long.
about like hours on end. Again, just not having that like judgment to be like, listen, this is my house.
Yeah.
I'll talk to my parents a little bit in the morning, and then I'll get off the phone.
Yeah.
It's like they're always on video call. Anyways, that's just part of it.
Part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's important to have a healthy relationship between both, and I'm lucky that I do,
Right.
so that I don't have to kind of deal with that fact. But I don't know, future will tell, right?
Yeah.
You never know.
But Indian guys just generally can't balance that.
Yeah, it's hard
Because they'll like either just be oblivious to it or they'll ignore it, and then it'll just progressively get worse.
Yeah. Well, one of the videos we did, that Pop the Balloon video that me and Mac did,
Right.
one of the questions the girl asked the guy was, what would you do in a situation where he had to pick his mom
And
or
what did he
his... Again, there was no answer.
He's like sweating. It's like,
Indian dating 101 is if a girl asks you that question on the first date, kind of tells you everything about if you...
yeah, run the other way, man.
Hey.
That's not a...
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of those girls now that are like, yeah, I know you're going to have to take care of your parents.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
You do not see that.
It's rare.
It's
It's
very
rare to find that.
Very rare.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very hard to find that.
You don't find that now.
No.
And it's very... Yeah.
Because their mindset's already that they just left their parents' house.
Yeah.
Because here's the other thing. They just got the freedom.
Yeah. Which I don't
Right?
blame them. too
Yeah.
much.
No, it's not their fault.
Yeah, it's not their fault. It's just... But some girls are like, yeah, no problem.
They don't want to live with the in-laws.
They
They
don't
want
wanna
to
live
get
with
more,
in-laws. Yeah.
like if their freedom is being compromised. Right?
And some of the in-laws are kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, I wouldn't want to either.
Yeah. No, I think we should do a separate video on that.
Video.
All right, let's finish this off.
Topics that are never discussed. Trigger warning. Let me wait a minute. Don't tell me I didn't tell you. Are domestic violence, physical abuse, sexual abuse. Like they'll have a girl from back home come and marry their dusty son, and then they'll just expect everything to just, yeah. Like the girl has no voice. Who is she going to talk to? Where is she going to go? Back home? She's not accepted back home. She has to stay here. She has to be the servant. That's why they brought her here. She's so lucky. Green card marriages.
That's a big thing. Like Indian women coming from back home, they'll have like a boyfriend there, but they'll come over here and they're going right into like a totally different lifestyle.
Yeah.
And a lot of Indian guys, especially the ones that have come over, they're just emotionally abusive. Some of them are physically abusive. And the girl is stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
Can't go back home because that's across the pond.
Mhm.
And can't really talk to her husband because he doesn't have the emotional capabilities to even have that conversation.
Yeah.
Forget about the in-laws because they're already psycho.
Yeah.
And then what do? Then you're just living in a very depressed, shitty situation.
Yeah.
You know, and then a lot of them will just start just cheating,
Acting
cheating
out, yeah.
and acting out and leaving, and then it just I mean it's a rabbit hole, man. Like,
Yeah, like we've had conversations because Kennedy works in that field, right, where she sees it all.
the amount of infidelity and just people just
Yeah.
it's just like he's cheating with somebody, she's off with some other guy, passing on the STIs. Again, it's just it's like crazy in our culture right now.
Yeah, well, back in the day when, NRIs would go to India to get married to the girl.
Yeah.
Basically, it was like passport bros is what it is because they couldn't find anybody here.
Yeah.
And they know that at the end of the day, they can just go back home, show off their passport, get married, come over, right?
Yeah, and some guys would do it multiple times. Like, they'll bring a girl over, it won't work out. She's like 10 years younger. They'll divorce, and he'll be like, yeah, I could go back anytime.
Yeah.
It's just like somebody goes to like the Philippines and gets like a younger wife.
Yeah.
Same situation.
Yeah.
In our culture, it just seems to be happening a lot more.
Yeah.
And then there's no healthy relationship. It's arranged. There's no connection there really. It's just like, it's bad. Yeah. It's just shitty. But
Yeah, the overall marriage and scams and the problems that come up with it is just a lot that happens, and we see it. Everybody sees it online, right?
Yep.
It kind of gets talked about, and this girl just talking about the fact that the sexual and the abusive and all that stuff. It's hard for the girl to come from somewhere else and
super hard
fit in a possible shitty situation,
Yeah, I know, and for the most part, Indian families don't do a lot to like make the girl feel bad, welcomed.
Yeah.
There are some, absolutely,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I've just heard a lot of bad stories as compared to good ones.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So like, I know we can't group everybody together in one situation or one generalize everybody, but at the same time,
there's a trend though.
yeah,
and
it's visible. If it's visible, you can tell
we
that
know
what's going on.
Yeah.
Right.
We should do a video like that. There should be a video like that, but for guys,
For men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we've kind of segued into that anyways, but
Yeah.
it'll be
Yeah.
good.
You know what? Maybe comment down below. Like, let's get like a list going.
Yeah, let's get a list going.
What do men look for? Like, what are some?
What are the
qualitative-
issues?
What are the issues?
And then we'll get down to business.
One of our favorite subscribers is like that
we can do something.
Yeah, Brooke. I don't know who it is, but
Could be a
killing it.
female.
Who is that?
I think it's a guy. I don't know who it is. No.
Whoever you are, and you comment every time.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah,
'cause
and
it's good
and then
information.
it's really good. And then also, tag us in some. They can tag us, right, on like YouTube videos. Yeah,
Actually, our email and DM or email us.
yeah. Email or just tag us in a video, and we'll.
Yeah, if you have a video or something you see that you guys want us to talk about, we'll more than happy to look into it, right?
Absolutely.
You got anything else for this one?
Nope.
No? All right, that was part 2 or part 3, technically. And
How many parts are there?
There's like 5, but I think
We'll do 4 and 5. Maybe.
we'll do 4 or 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
We'll do 4 or 5.
One day. Next time.
Other than that, we'll see you guys in the next video. That's it. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. It's right over here. Thanks for all the love. We'll see you guys in the next. Peace.